Yaku, we received a voice note from an employer, and this is very common among domestic workers as well as contract workers. Let's have a listen to the employer.
Good day. I just dismissed an employee who resides in accommodation situated on my company premises. Am I obliged to allow the employee to continue residing in the provided accommodation after the termination?
Right. Yeah, it is quite a common occurrence. So we don't know the detail, but normally under these circumstances, the right of the employee to inhabit the property where they stay is linked to the employment contract. It's normally a clause in the contract. It's safe for as long as you're employed. One of your benefits is that you can stay on in the property. So the contract shouldn't also state that upon termination of employment, your right to stay on the premises is terminated. So there's no obligation under those circumstances on the employer to keep the employee on the premises. Should the employee stay, however, that becomes quite a difficult situation. Then you will have to bring an application in terms of the Prevention of Illegal Eviction Act to have that employee evicted, which is quite a process. Alternatively, it might have not been a benefit of employment. There might have been a separate rental agreement. Then the rental agreement can continue, and if the employee continues to pay rent, the status quo remains unless the employer then terminates the contract, and then the same process applies. If he does not leave, you will have to bring in an application to evict the employee. It gets quite complicated, and if we're talking rural farmland, then you've got different legislation, which is called the Establishment of Secure Tenure Act, which makes it even more difficult because then you're dealing with occupiers, and those people are impossible to remove. So, best advice is if you can, don't let your employees stay in your premises.